Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. I'm tired of shit.
My fellow guardians of Lithas, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, however, feel free to hit the subscribe button now, cause why not? This video will be the first part of a 3-part video series where I will be discussing about the Simir clan and the Dravapala clan. As many of you may or may not know, both clans are going to be from the warrior class, and they might come out one after the other. It just begs the question of which clan is better. Another question that raises up in our brain is which gender is better within each of the clans. But before I start poking around and into the clans and their champions and everything, allow me to introduce you all to the sponsor of my channel. It's called AppGallery. This app store has tons of offers, which includes tons of rewards, discount coupons for in-game purchases, and Huawei points cashback system. They are having a 20% cashback promotion ongoing at the moment for the first purchase, and a 10% cashback promotion for all other purchases. You can see more details about this promotion on the screen. So download Bloodline using AppGallery today, and you can not only keep your previous account as long as it's linked to Huawei ID or Facebook, but you can also enjoy a free €5 worth of welcome coupon. Okay, now let's get back to the video. I am thinking of doing this video in a tournament system. So male versus female for Simir clan, and then male versus female in the Dravapala clan. And after I'm done with those, the winners from each of the clans will be compared against each other. By the way, do keep in mind that this is mostly a theory video series, as for one, Dravapala isn't out yet, nor did I get to test both male and female Simir to their full potentials yet. I will most likely upload a more detailed video about the Simir clan soon. Let's start with the female Simir's passive. It's called Resisting Slap. The skill allows her to resist damage when she takes damage over 10% over max health. The skill has a cooldown of 4 seconds. It is a decent skill as long as resist damage doesn't mean immune to damage. Her active skill makes her the female equivalent of a Spartan who learned how to use Captain America's shield. So she will first throw the shield, then she will dash and slash in a fan-shaped AoE, and finally she will catch the shield back like a badass, dealing the final slash to the enemies in front of her. This last slash of her will be a critical hit. All of her damage scaling from this skill will be based on her strength. As for her ultimate, it's called Intimidating Roar. It will intimidate nearby enemies for 1 second. To be honest, I do not know what exactly the Intimidate debuff does. Apart from this debuff, she will deal damage based on up to 550% of her strength depending on her ascension. Her ult will also make the targets take more damage as well as seal their ultimate skills for 3 seconds. In my opinion, this skill has the potential to be a really strong ultimate skill. Now that we are done looking at the kit, time for us to take a look at the male Simir. Before I start talking about his skills, can I just mention how awesome he looks? Let's have a few seconds of silence to appreciate his looks. Okay, now that we are done with that, time to look at his skills. Starting with his active skill. It's called Tornado Slash, which will make him spin while moving forward as he hits all the enemies in his path. This skill will knock the enemies back while dealing equal to 450% of his strength. To be perfectly honest, I know it sounds stupid, but I just have this image in my head of male Simir versus female Ugrul. You know, it will literally look like those Beyblade battles as the male Simir knocks the spinning female Ugrul. Okay, moving on. His passive skill is called Lion's Den. It will be an AoE debuffing passive skill. He will mark at a territory at the start of a battle. Every enemy within this AoE will get their strength reduced by 35%. And every enemy's death within the AoE will make the AoE's debuff stronger by 25%, as well as increase our male Simir strength by 20%. Now, let me explain this skill properly, especially the debuff part. So basically, at the start of the battle, every enemy with a debuff will lose 35% of the strength. And then every death with the AoE will increase the debuff by 25% of that initial 35%. So after the first death, the AoE will reduce 43.75% of enemy strength, and then after the second death, the debuff will reduce 25% extra from the 43.75%. So the new debuff will be 54.68% and so on. Finally, it's time to take a look at his ultimate. It's called Dauntless Snarl. The skill will make him deal 650% strength-based damage to the enemy champion with the highest strength, as well as stun that enemy champion. And all champions standing in between male Simir and his target will take 300% strength-based damage as well as get knocked back. To top it off, if the main target gets killed from this ultimate skill, the male Simir will get 200 energy back. Well, now that we are done checking out all the skills of both of the champions, I think it is about time to let everyone know my verdict about which gender of Simir is going to be stronger. So, the answer is, I would have to side with the male. I mean, do not get me wrong, the female Simir seems strong as well, but the male Simir has the female counterpart beaten completely. The skills are really, really, really good. I mean, none of his skill failed to color me impressed. Not to mention, I do like his appearance as well. Thus the male Simir is the winner of this video. Wait, I just realized that I forgot to mention about their clan trait. Its name got changed from Prideful to Lost Legacy. And I'm sorry to mention this, but this trait is just straight up disappointing. I mean, it may be a good trait for him in some sense, but definitely not a good overall trait in my opinion. You know what? I think I figured out why the trait name was changed from Prideful. It is because there's nothing to be prideful about having this trait. Anyways, that is all for today. Do keep an eye out for the part 2 of this video, where I will be talking about the Dravapala champions. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, I will say that liking this video and subscribing to the channel will be highly appreciated. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care. Adios. Bye.